Right now, I want to talk a little bit about one of the pages in this week's module, that is Gestalt Psychology. This topic has been introduced already. We're going to talk a bit more about it this evening, and one of your readings for this week might better be described as viewing than a reading, because it's a 35-slide PowerPoint, but it's a PowerPoint made from a book, and it is something of a primer in Gestalt Psychology. So first I want to just look at what it says on the page in the Canvas site about Gestalt Psychology. The page gives the definition from Wikipedia. Gestalt psychology is an attempt to understand the laws behind the ability to acquire and maintain meaningful perceptions in an apparently chaotic world. The central principles of Gestalt psychology is that the mind forms a global whole with self-organizing tendencies. And so critics have found fault with various aspects of Gestalt psychology, including some core definitions and the explanations for the processes by which the mind forms these so-called global wholes. Gestalt's categorization of the ways that humans organize visual elements into groups have proved useful to both producers and analysts of visual designs. And then there's a link to some key principles. So the way that we are going to come at Gestalt theory is we're going to be looking at some elements that come from this book by Rudolf Arnheim, Art and Visual Perception. But this book is about 600 pages long. So instead of taking it direct from Arnheim, we're going to look at a 35-slide PowerPoint representation of a book called Picture This, How Pictures Work by Molly Bang. And so that's going to be one of your reading assignments for this week. And so we're trying to move now from what were some psychological views of what happens when visual stimuli hits your retina, and some then theoretical notions about how this works and how it makes art and how pictures tell stories. So we're coming at getting an understanding of how these things can work from a couple different angles. One of the things past students in this course have said is like, well, there's a lot of theory, and there's, kind of maybe more theory than we need. Theory is a very interesting word. It comes from the Greek, and it means to see, to vision. So one of the things that a theory does is it gives you a way to envision or to understand something. So this particular theoretical approach to how pictures work is one that, even if you have doubts about Gestalt psychology as something that might be used to help someone's mental state, for a long time now, producers and consumers of images have found the basic principles of Gestalt psychology very effective in terms of being able to talk about what a picture is doing to you as a consumer, what it makes you think or feel or believe.